Hi everybody, it's Sandy B. Stitcher here. It's been a while. Today is Tuesday, I believe it's March 22nd. I have had some people reaching out to me and wondering if I'm okay since you haven't seen a video from me. So I thought I'd pop on here kind of quick, and I apologize for the lights and the ceiling, but I'm doing this on a tablet, and I can't get it any better than this. Hi. I know it's been a long time. I think that my last video was January 19th, and there's a reason why I haven't done any videos, and I'm gonna explain that to you. And then I have a couple of things that I've stitched on that are sitting here around me, and I'll try to show them to you. I hope everybody else is doing okay out there, and that stitching is going along really well. Please excuse my hair, my appearance. I've not been doing really well, and that's what I want to explain. I have to lean back a little bit, which means I'm going to be further away from the screen there, but I need to rest my back. So, okay, so most of you know, if you've been with me for a while, that my husband has Parkinson's. And you know that last May I was diagnosed with polymyalgia rheumatica, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks the muscles. And what helps that is to take prednisone, which is a steroid, and that helps the pain. Most of my pain was in my shoulders, up into my neck, and down my arms into my elbows. And I had some aches and pains other places, but that was the most of it. When I started taking the prednisone, it took care of the pain, and I was relatively pain-free for a while. And but I still had the other symptoms. I got a little guy back here. I keep seeing him around my head, and I'm wondering, what's that sticking out of her hair? So anyways, where was I? Steroid brain. I call it pred brain. Okay, I think I said relatively pain-free, and oh, the PMR symptoms. I still have those, and that's sweating a lot, especially in the summer, fatigue, and there was a few other problems that I was having, but you know, they were, I could handle them. Okay, then let's fast forward to into September, and my husband was starting to fall a lot. His Parkinson's was really going into a decline, and I was trying to help him when he would fall, and try to help him get up. And also, if I saw him falling, I would try to help him. Well, in the beginning of October, most of you know, I broke this left arm right up here where the humerus connects to the shoulder. And then about 4 weeks later, I broke this one over here in the exact same spot, just barely into the humerus off of the shoulder. And both times when I fell forward, and so it impacted the humerus into the shoulder, and especially bad on this one. After I broke the second one, I was taken by ambulance to the emergency room and hospitalized, and then sent to rehab at a nursing home. And at the hospital and in the nursing home, they withheld my prednisone, and I went into basically an adrenal insufficiency because you can't stop prednisone like that, just cold turkey. And they did it to me anyways, and said that they were doing it, and there was nothing I could do about it. Um, I hate those people that did that to me. I hate them. While I was in the nursing home, and hate is a strong word, and I don't usually use it, but when I was in the nursing home, I was in a horrible amount of pain because I wasn't getting the steroids. And my arms hurt so bad, I cried every day. And I was in there until just before Thanksgiving. And the day I came home, I called my rheumatologist, which I had begged them to do, but they wouldn't. I called my rheumatologist, and he told me to get right back on it and told me how much to take. And so I did that. Um, Within about 24 to 48 hours, my pain started to subside, but I still had a little bit of pain in my arms from the broken parts that were still healing. And I really couldn't use my arms or anything. My granddaughter was here and she was helping me. And Bob was in the nursing home when I came home because his brother took him to the nursing home the day that I went to the by ambulance to the ER. And he was put in the nursing home, and he stayed there until January 31st. The nursing home told me that he was able at that point to come home, and he wanted to come home very, very badly. And I really wasn't healed up enough for him to come home because at Christmas time I had developed sciatica. And if you don't know what that is, it's the very low down in the tailbone, and the bones just hurt like you're being stabbed, and the pain radiates out into both sides of your buttocks, low in the buttocks, and it's excruciatingly painful. And I could barely walk. In fact, I had to use a walker for quite a while and just slide my feet on the floor, which isn't easy to do on carpeting, but I was doing it in the rooms with the carpet. I was sleeping in a recliner every day after I came home from the nursing home, and I was in so much pain. And in January, I went to the emergency room finally because I couldn't take it anymore. The pain was just horrendous. And they told me, yes, indeed, it was sciatica. And they referred me to a spine surgeon and also to my family doctor as a follow up. And they gave me some, no, I can't remember right now whether they gave me anything for the pain or not. But I don't think they did. But I went home and I tried to make the best of it till I could get in to see. My family doctor gave me a prescription for, I believe he gave me acetylene with codeine. In other words, Tylenol with codeine. And, but that it didn't even take the edge off the pain. And I had some muscle relaxers and I would try those. I think I did that last video like January 19th. So I don't know if that was before I went to the nurse or to the ER or after. But anyways, the pain continued. I saw the spine doctor. I believe that was in early February or maybe later in January. I can't remember. And he said he wanted me to go for physical therapy, that I probably needed an MRI, but in order to get the insurance to pay for that, you have to go to physical therapy. So I went to physical therapy 3 times a week for a month, and the sciatica started to get better. Pardon me, my nose is itching. Sorry about that. It was starting to get a little better. I still walked kind of funny and I told people that it looked like I was walking with a stick up my butt because I had to hold myself in a certain position to keep the pain away. And so the last the last physical the last week I was supposed to have a visit to the physical therapy on Wednesday and on Thursday, and that same week on Tuesday I was supposed to see the spine doctor again. Well, on Monday I started getting pain in my back about waist height on the right hand side, and it was really hurting bad, and it made it difficult to try to do the physical therapy that they were giving me. I went to see the spine doctor then on Tuesday, and I told him, well, the sciatica pain is pretty much gone, but I said I've got this pain about, and told him where it was at. He had me walk across the little tiny examining room, had me raise my legs up while I was sitting in a chair, and he said, oh, you're fine. He says, muscles will heal. And he said, I'm releasing you from my care. You don't need an MRI. Well, that wasn't the case. But I left there and I went home because he's the spine surgeon. I mean, he knows what he's talking about, right? No. So I went home. The next day, I called and canceled my physical therapy appointment because I was in so much pain. There was no way that I was going to be able to go to physical therapy. I don't even think I could have gotten in a vehicle. And both sides were now muscles were hurting, really close to the sides, but still in the back. And so I got through the next couple days. I had rescheduled my PT appointment for Friday, and on Friday I called them and told them that no, I wasn't coming. I was sick. And I never went back. I actually think that what happened there at physical therapy. I mean, not that it was their fault, but you'll know when I tell you here in a minute. So, anyways, I was living with this excruciating pain, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And so I made an appointment with my family doctor. And well, no, actually, that wasn't what I did. I made an appointment with um, the Center for Orthopedics. It's where the doctor that um, I had been seeing back when I was having shoulder pain long before 2020 came, and who had been giving me cortisone shots in my shoulders when I needed them. Um, anyways, I went there and they said, well, or called there, and I said, I need to have my shoulder looked at and my back. And they said, well, that particular doctor only does shoulders, he doesn't do back. So I got 2 appointments. So I saw the back doctor. Actually, I saw his PA the the first appointment because I had him one day and then the next day. So I went to see him. His name was Jerry, and he was a really nice guy. And he listened to my story, and he said, you know what? He said, you really do need to have an MRI because they took an x-ray there at the Center for Orthopedics before they called me back. And he said, you definitely have some things going on in your back. And he said, but in order to really be able to see, we need an MRI. So he scheduled me for an MRI, scheduled me to get fitted for a back brace. And so that took care of that. I didn't actually see a doctor that day. The next day, I went in to see the shoulder doctor because this arm has never healed right. This is as high as I can raise my arm. I could bend my elbow and bring my hand up, but I can't even reach the back of my head. I can just barely touch it. I can't use a curling iron because I cannot get this arm. It hurts too bad. So I went in to see, they did some more x-rays on it, and they told me that this is as good as it's going to get. That the break on this side was so bad. Apparently, the emergency room people that looked at my x-rays and said I didn't need surgery were probably wrong. I probably should have had surgery, but it's too late now unless I get a total shoulder replacement. And I don't want to do that. I've been through so much. and I just don't even want to think about a surgery like that. So I'm living with it. It still hurts some. I have pain going down into this muscle here. Part of it might be PMR, but it's just something I have to live with. Um, to tell you the truth, I have been in pain in some way or other every day since Christmas, and it has really weighed on me. It's really been hard. Um, so, anyways, I had the MRI, and I went back to see the doctor, the actual orthopedic surgeon, and I have a compression fracture in my lower back. And I forget, it's like L2 or 3 or somewhere in there. They also said it looks like there was a old healed compression fracture that I never even knew I had, because I've had back pain off and on for years. And apparently I have full-blown osteoporosis, and they think that what may have happened is in one of those falls that something got messed up and that it just took it a while for it to actually collapse. So I have that collapsed disc. They said there's some other things going on back there besides my scoliosis, and there's some other abnormalities at some different spots. Um, I think part of it is most of the problems are in the lumbar spine. Some of it is in the thoracic, and then I have a problem in the cervical too. So uh, I'm still in a lot of pain. They told me that there was a surgery that they could do that would cement that vertebrae so it can't move to pinch anymore. But he told me there's a whole host of issues with that. And because there's other vertebrae back there that don't look good, he said that if they cement that one, it could cause more to collapse. So I decided not to do the surgery. He told me it takes months, probably 3 to 4 months to heal. So I figure that right now, as far as the compression fracture, I'm probably close to a month in. So I've probably got about 2 more months of pain to go. I can't sleep in a bed. I have to sleep in a recliner. When I wake up in the morning, it hurts. Oh, it hurts like the devil. But once I can make myself get up and move around a little bit and get my back on the heating pad, then the pain will let up a little bit. I do have some pain meds. They wouldn't give me very much because well, here in Ohio, I know all over the country, but here in Ohio especially, um, there was an opioid epidemic and people were dying like crazy. I mean, there was, just in close towns to where I live, there was some weeks there was 20, 30 people overdosing. So they're really, really strict now about giving you any kind of pain meds. But I am able to take muscle relaxers, and so I've been taking those and trying to get by. But that's why I haven't been on here. I didn't have the strength. I have been so tired and so fatigued, and with this arm not working right. But I am stitching. There's a bright spot there. I have been stitching. I joined, oh, Kitty. That's my granddaughter's cat. That's Miyu. He's a long-haired black cat, and he's beautiful, but he's a stinker. He's only 3 years old, so he really likes to cause a lot of problems. But anyways, I joined Magical Stitches as well as WhipGo. I was invited by, never thought about Magical Stitches, but another stitcher, and I don't know if she wants her name mentioned, so I won't mention her, but she sent me a message one day and said, "Are you going to do Magical Stitches next week?" And I was like, "I don't even know what Magical Stitches is all about. I've heard about it." So she sent me a link, and I thought, okay, I'll try it. So I started it, and I've kind of been enjoying it. I do have to do a lot of penalty stitches because a lot of the stuff that they want you to stitch on, I don't have anything like that. But I will show you a couple of things that I have sitting around here that I can show you really quick, as long as my arm holds out. Um, I keep forgetting that I can't reach with that. For magical stitches, for penalty stitches, you have to do them on your oldest whip. And my oldest whip was Japanese Garden. And boy, have I gotten a lot done on Japanese Garden. Look at that. Oh, pain. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to try to show you Japanese Garden. Don't know whether I'm going to be able to show you anything else, but because I can't bend. But there's Japanese Garden. That first page there is almost completely done. I hope I'm holding it up enough that you be able to see it. And I've just got a little bit to do right going down right here to finish that page, and then I will be moving on to the second page. So there's my Japanese Garden. And let's see, I did a little bit on Pandemic, but I'm going to leave it in the Q-snap if I can get a hold of it here. And I'll just try to hold it up. I'm getting really close to being at the edge. You can see this is the edge over here, and I have a good probably 3 to 4 inch border there. So there's not too many stitches left here. But can you see it? I hope so. So I've gotten some progress on that. And let's see, what else do I have here that I could show you? Oh, I worked on, for one of the things that I did for Magical Stitches, well, I had finished this one. This one was, oh boy, I tell you, I can't. This one was already done. This is 4 Seasons, Prairie Schooler. I did this one for one of the Magical Stitches things, or maybe it was for WhipGo. I can't remember. Might have been WhipGo. And I did this, I think, for Magical Stitches. So there's that. I really didn't do, oh, I did work on this one. Let me try to reach it here. Bear with me. This is Stepping Stone Cottage. I used this for a couple of, this is that Thomas Kincaid. I used this for some Magical Stitches stuff. And I got some progress on that. Get that thread hanging down there. And I have my Haid over there, but I really haven't worked much on that. And I think that's about all that I've got sitting here. Yeah, that's about it. I still haven't done any crocheting. And I'm looking here and we're almost at 24 minutes, and most of it was just talking about myself. But I know there were people asking, and I really appreciate that. I was sent floss. I was sent some cards. I was sent several things, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank all of you that sent something, and thank all of you that sent prayers, and thank everybody that sent good thoughts. I am hoping to get on the mend and to get back to normal. At this point, after 2020, I'm not really sure what normal is. Bob came home on January 31st, and he has just given me the hardest time. And I'm not even going to say anything more about that. I just got my hair cut recently. It had been let go for all those months. My hair was my hair grows fast, and it was way down here past the top of my shoulders, and I was feeling really ragged. But I got it cut, and I feel a lot better. So, oh, I lean back again. So, I hope that you all understand that I've been through the mill and or been through the ringer or whatever you want to call it. So far, I've come out the other side. I'm still kicking, and I'm going to continue to stitch. It is the one thing that really gives me pleasure, and it calms me down. And my doctor just upped my amount of my antidepressant. He's trying to help me. And I had to stop watching. There's a lot of things I had to stop doing because trying to take care of everything I had to for Bob and trying to keep some kind of semblance here. And with all the pain and agony that I've been through, it's just been too much. But so I had to stop watching Flosstube. I had to stop using Instagram. I don't even have the time to go on there and look at it. Occasionally, I have just looked at the first couple of pictures, and if I saw something, I'd hit a like on it. But so if you have gotten something, that's why I am trying to keep up with Facebook because that's where Magical Stitches and Whipco is. So, and I'm also on some support groups for Parkinson's and also for the polymyalgia rheumatica. So I try to keep up with my support groups so that I know what's going on. And that takes a lot of time just to go through and read all the posts on those two support groups. And um, I I was going to say something, and now it just went right out of my head. Um, but I'm doing the best I can, and I appreciate all of you. And I know I lost some subscribers when I didn't post, but uh, I'm going to try to make sure that I get in there and I like all the comments if you leave them, and I appreciate when you hit the like button and try to get back to you sooner rather than later. So I'm going to leave it at that and know that I'm sending out love and hugs to everybody, and that I hope everybody is having great stitchy days. And I will talk to you the next time. Bye bye.